Hey guys, I'm Soad Balazi. I'm joined by Malachi, Sierra, and Mia. Today we're going to be discussing the issue here at Solano Community College in the cafeteria and how we decided to solve the problem by introducing a new program, the agricultural program. So Malachi, can you please tell the viewers what the problem is here at the cafeteria?
So when we were looking at the cafeteria, it seemed like that the biggest problem was the cost, as well as the quality of food. It seemed like that a lot of the students wouldn't return to the cafeteria and enjoy food again, as well as the administrative staff wasn't participating in purchasing food from the cafeteria as well. So we saw that there was a big problem and that there was something to do and to fix there.
Yeah. Do you eat at the cafeteria?
No, to be honest, I don't. I tried it once or twice when I came back here to Solano Community College. It was better previously in previous years, but now I do not eat at the cafeteria. I seem it's a lot easier and better quality just going to other restaurants that are nearby.
That are nearby, exactly. Yeah. Do any of you guys eat here?
I have never eaten at the cafeteria.
I have a few times, but it's only to get like something cheap, and there's only a couple options available, like grilled cheese or like a cheese quesadilla. Like there's not many options.
Yeah. I know for myself there's not a lot of options because I'm a vegetarian, and the only vegetarian options they have, like you said, would be a cheese quesadilla or a grilled cheese, and then if you want to have add-ons, that's obviously add-ons that have cost money, or they have like a veggie burger, but that's like $11, or it's just not worth, like Malachi was saying, just not worth the money. Yeah. And then I know you had some issues when you first went there this year.
Yeah, the only time I ever went to the cafeteria, I walked in and it was just crazy. There were people standing everywhere. There was no like set line, or I didn't know where to order. I didn't know like what was available to order on the menu. It was just kind of like a madhouse, so I just walked away. I didn't buy anything.
I remember when I first got here in 2016, I went to the cafeteria and people were just cutting me, and I was just like, what's happening? Like, I'm in line, but apparently I wasn't in line, like you said, because when you go into the cafeteria, it's just, there's like a salad bar, and then in front of it, there's just like emptiness. Right. So you just have to you have to like make your own judgment and form your own line. Yeah. Which shouldn't be up to us. Yeah. You think that the cafeteria can just have like stationaries that make a line.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's another hassle when it comes to the cafeteria, besides what Malachi was saying about not the quality not being good, but it's inconvenient. Yeah. We can go to the overpass and go to McDonald's, Taco Bell, Subway, or we can go next door and go to La Barista and get like a veggie sandwich, which is like $5, and they have so much stuff on avocado.
Yeah.
For free.
$5.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you can just like go to Starbucks or something, get something like way cheaper, and we'll fill you up instead of like spending the money here, which is what they want you to do, obviously.
So, yeah. It seems like the cost is a lot more expensive than the places across the bridge as well as those restaurants, and there's just not as much option. Most of the stuff there seemed like it was just take and go or fried food. The salad bar this year, since I've been back, there's hardly ever a salad bar there. There's never seems to be anything else besides those few options. You can get like a cup of noodle or something like that very quick, but it's still not very healthy for you, and it's just not the type of message that I think is best for the students here.
Yeah, exactly. So now that you guys know what the problem is, stay tuned and we'll tell you how we decided to solve the problem.
College just got affordable. Up to 100% of enrollment fees can be reimbursed for first-time college students taking full-time classes. At Solano Community College, we are taking full advantage of this to further your future. With certificate and degree programs in industrial technology, aeronautics, biotechnology, and many others, Solano Community College is a staple for success. For more information, please contact the Financial Aid Office at 707-864-7000.
All right, welcome back, everybody. So now, like I mentioned earlier, you know what the problem is. Let's discuss how we as a group came up with the solution. So, Sierra, can you tell us how we started?
So the very first thing we did was made a survey to pass out to the students of Solano Community College, basically asking them, do they go to the cafeteria? How often do they go? Is the food worth the money? Do they have dietary restrictions? Would they be interested in an agricultural class? Would they be interested in a culinary class? And a lot of the responses that we got were that people either didn't go to the cafeteria at all, or they did go and it just wasn't worth it to them. A lot of the comments that we had, the very last question was, what would you change about the cafeteria? And it was almost 50% or more than 50% of the people said it was the price. The price isn't worth it. There's not enough options, and the quality isn't there. So a lot of it was interviewing the actual students who go to the cafeteria and seeing what they want, what they feel like needs to be changed, and what their opinions are on the food quality.
Yeah, and another thing that I learned from the survey was seeing how the price range was really between like $5 and honestly less than $10, like $5 to $7. And then when you go to the cafeteria, it's like $13, like $15 for a whole meal too. Get a burger and a drink and fries. It's like $15, $16.
Yeah, and that's way too much for the students that we surveyed. It was definitely between the $5 and $10 range. 10 being the max that people want to pay for a full meal.
Yeah, and the second thing that we did also was interviewing staff members. Can someone tell me about that?
Well, we went to some of the administration and we talked to them for a little bit, and they knew about the issue already that was happening. They were very concerned about it, but it was a kind of a stepping process where they have to do one thing at a time. They do feel like it would be great to run a student-based cafeteria and have better quality of food, as well as the future of the farm program or agriculture program being developed to help Solano Community College with the cafeteria. So they were very interested in seeing what we thought, and they really thought it was a good idea.
And then I know another step was Mia and I went to the horticulture department and we spoke to the lead instructor, Sandra, and it was just eye-opening seeing all the land that they had back there that we had to get in a car to get there, first of all, because it's like in the cuts of Solano. But it was just an amazing experience for me.
Yeah, like seeing how many people, like through the survey, like 50% of them said they were interested in the agricultural department. So to like kind of meet with her and talk about how she's now running the horticulture department and how she wants to expand that and really use the agricultural aspect of it. That way we can like bring in more students to the campus and even help with the cafeteria by using the crops that we grow and giving them to the cafeteria. And it was just kind of, it was really eye-opening how you said, and like it kind of shocking in a way too, because she said that a lot of counselors don't promote her class. And we definitely want to promote that, because she does help with adaptive students, students with special needs, and but all her a lot of her courses like really help with transferring, and they're definitely on the I Get C, and like it's kind of sucks that they're kind of hidden to the campus.
Especially because we are such a hub to go to UC Davis. Like we are one of the top community colleges that transfer with that I Get C program. The fact that we don't have courses that, you know, agricultural courses when UC Davis is a giant agricultural university is crazy. That, you know, that we don't have that option for students to take those credits at a lower price to be able to transfer to such a esteemed university.
What I found that was kind of interesting also was that the cafeteria wasn't even run by Solano Community College. It was an outside vendor that was actually taking away some of the potential jobs of students doing them here. You know, that was kind of interesting. When we can have our own students cook and make money as well as credits for Solano Community College, and then being able to use those credits to transfer to like UC Davis, like you said, just in the cafeteria or being on the in the agricultural department, it was very eye-opening that we just didn't have that available.
Yeah, and like in the survey as well, students, 50% of the students that we surveyed wanted a culinary program as well. So like having more students have the opportunity to expand and their curriculum, it's just, I think we just need more options here at Solano.
Yeah, it'll bring more students in too, which was one of the big things when we were talking to the faculty. That was one of the top list of the way we would get these programs started, the way we would get a student-run cafeteria was to bring more students to Solano Community College. If we can start, you know, certain programs that people will want to come here in order to take so they can transfer to places like UCD, it would just bring more students in. give us some options.
Yeah, and so after all that, after we did the surveys and talked to the faculty members, we also drafted up a little proposal
Yeah.
and we gave it to the vice president here at Solano Community College. And so can someone please tell me the experience in that?
That was a great experience.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Greg Brown, he was very
First of all, he's
attentive.
awesome.
Yeah, he was. He was so attentive. He, when we went in, we gave him our proposal. We had all of the survey, the answers
pie
to the
charts,
surveys.
yeah.
Yeah, we put them in pie charts and drafted them with all of the proposal, stuff. And we gave it to him, and we just talked to him about everything that we found, about all of the responses in the survey, and he was great about it. He just listened to us and took in what we were saying, like really listened to what we were saying.
Like it was nice having someone like actually like really focus on you and like take notes and like say like, oh, is this correct? Like am I getting the picture
Yeah,
you guys are painting?
he kept assuring us that A, he was listening, and B, that
He understood.
wants to understand
Yeah.
for sure what we're saying. And I thought that was awesome coming from, the head honcho, not just like any regular professor, but the vice president.
Yeah.
And he was just really nice too. I wasn't really scared. I was scared going into it, but then when we got there, I was like, oh, he's cool.
Yeah.
One of the things I found out that was very interesting is how they understand the process already. Like other schools already do this type of a program. So he was really impressed about how much we took to the proposal and how we looked around to other schools as models, as well as he discussed different things like how some schools can do certain programs and not do certain programs based on the location of a school. So it was really interesting. So since like Napa Valley College has a viticulture program there, we wouldn't be allowed to do a viticulture program here because it'd be a competing school. So it was really interesting to know that how the process works. He gave us details about that. He also told us kind of the stepping stones of how these projects go, as well as how they move in the future and the longevity of it.
Yeah, why it might take
So-
a little while to get to a certain place because there's just so many things that you have to, red tape.
Yeah.
You have to get through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad as a whole that he understood what we were saying and he didn't say no.
Yeah.
He said like he wants what we want, but obviously like you said, you can't just go and get it. You have to jump through hoops, you have to make some calls. So it was just awesome to hear that he was interested in it too.
Yeah, definitely was.
All right, so now that you guys know how we came up with the project, stay tuned and we'll tell you how we work together as a group.
We have everything that an automotive shop would have or even a dealership would have.
If you guys are interested in automotive at all, go to Solano Community College. Check out the automotive program. It can be a career path for you, just like what I'm doing, or it could be an extreme hobbyist, an enthusiast.
If you really like cars and learning stuff all the time, then this is the best place to go.
All right, welcome back everyone. Now that you guys know what the problem is here at the campus of Solano Community College and how we became a group and discussed the problem, came up with the solvency, let's discuss how as a group we work together. So Mia, can you tell us how as a group how we did?
Yeah, so we definitely like had these unassigned roles that we kind of took. So like Malachi did come up with like the issue that we wanted to solve. So he had this background and kind of like experience like what Solano used to be like. And so he kind of just like served as like this source in a way. And then Sierra like took the role of like organizing, make sure like when we meet outside of class, everyone's available, like this is the times and like stuff like that. And like making sure we're getting on top of everything and following like our timeline that we set. And then you and I, Soad, like we always had our laptops, so we always had like our documents and like we were editing and like making sure like the point was like clear and like how we all agreed and like just made sure like it was the same on paper as it was how we were saying.
Yeah, and I like that because this was part of our group communications class that our professor, Poff, made us draft a contract. So we all knew our roles and our responsibilities, and we knew, what the consequences would be if we did not live up to that. And I think this would have been a great group anyway, even without that, but just having that as like a backing is really, it's just a good way to have a group, you know, to make sure everyone knows what they need to be doing and how to do it.
Yeah, it helped like with like have this like open communication. Like we always like told each other like, oh, we're gonna be late, or like one of us is gonna be absent today, like with our group chat, like and it just helped like having that like open communication between all of us and like make sure everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, there was never a moment where either of us or any of us like didn't know what was going on with the other person. So that was nice.
Yeah, another thing that I liked was how if I had a question and I felt like maybe it wasn't the smartest question, I didn't feel dumb for asking it. Like when me and I would be on our computers editing or like writing up like a paragraph, we were all assigned like a paragraph, and I'd always ask like Sierra for confirmation, like, is this good? I don't know if it's good. I'm kind of nervous. And she's like, no, it's fine. Like, you're good. I'm like, okay, good. Just making sure. Or like if I had input, like I know we didn't really sit on the cafeteria when we first got into groups. We were like maybe doing parking pass, parking permit, or like adding a light fixture in the parking lot, because I know like Mia, because she plays volleyball, she has to take that long walk and it's scary at night. So before we decided on cafeteria, everyone was very open about everything, and it didn't feel
judgy.
It didn't feel judgy or awkward. I felt like, I don't know, I liked our hangouts too.
Yeah.
Even when we would meet outside of class to do work, we still hung out and like talked about Ariana Grande.
Right. Yeah.
It was fun.
Like minus Malachi, poor guy.
He was like, all right, here we go again.
I do feel like those hangouts outside of class, they were very helpful, like the group building one where we went and had pizza and then we went to the movies and stuff like that.
Saw Venom.
And then just meeting outside of class several times, because I felt like every time we got together, instead of doing it over the phone or via computer or either which way, we got more done.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
so we could communicate directly and really understand what each other wants and needs and how we want to achieve certain things. You know, through text messages or the computer and emails, you kind of miss something.
It gets lost in translation too.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. I had fun with you guys.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, it was great.
All right, so now that you guys know everything that we went through, I hope you guys learned something. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Soad Balazi, and I'll catch you guys later.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
On-the-job training is huge.
You get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you know, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it, so.
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
I'm going to go to cut one. And cut one. Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for three. It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock. Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots.
The sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.